Hello and welcome to Win Daily Sports Show. My name is Michael Rosile. I got my man Ghost here with me. He is. We woke him up, guys. Don't worry. He's awake. He's alive. He's ready to go. We're here. We got a huge, meaty, honking 11-game slate to get to. We're gonna do this very quick. It's Valentine's Day weekend, and I have a wife now, so some of those things I have to pay attention to. If you haven't already, make sure to make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the page, and tell everybody else in Discord that we're on our page today, not HMB Media. So please get the word out there, people. Get the word out there. Come on over, and we are going to be breaking this shit down. Start with the first game. We have Miami, and we have... It's not Miami. We have who the fuck do we have? Minnesota and Charlotte. Charlotte's favored by 3. Over under sits at
I thought I was the one that was drinking pre-show.
Nope. Oh, I'm gonna start drinking. Don't worry. Minnesota, Charlotte. Charlotte's favored by 3 at home. Talk to me. Cat's back, I think, right? We're good? Or is he not?
Nobody from this game. We're scratching this one off.
Next. See ya. New York and Washington. Knicks favored by 3 on the road. Over under, yikes, 218. You'd smash that with the Wizards, but not today, unfortunately.
No, this one's kind of gross. Westbrook without Beal, smash spot. Don't have to any analysis there. It's just Beal's out, you play Westbrook. Westbrook's out, you play Beal. 2+2 people. Outside of that, Garrison Matthews is getting the spot start here. Min price on DraftKings. So don't force a play like that on FanDuel. You don't really need to with the amount of value that's on a slate like this, but minimum price on DraftKings. I do like some Garrison Matthews exposure tonight, but that's pretty much where it starts and where it ends for me in this game.
Nothing, no Julius Randle going up against that terrible front court?
You can. It's just with the amount of value that's on the slate, we'll kind of mention certain names there, but there's so much value on a slate like this that paying 9.1 for Randle when you could go $400 more and get Kawhi Leonard without Paul George, it's a no-brainer for me.
Things that you love to see. It. Nice. Unison. Look at us. We're getting good at this shit, dude. San Antonio and Atlanta. Atlanta played last night. Hawks are... No, they didn't. Man, I guess I was the one drinking pre-show, huh? Hawks are favored by 2 at home. Over-under sits at 224.5. Trae Young, 10K. Clint Capella. I guess Clint Capella, I just saw he's had a hand injury, and it still isn't healed correctly. But dude's been balling out, so good for him. How are you looking at this game?
John Collins is actually on the move for Atlanta. I guess they got tired of his 5.9 fouls per game. So John Collins reportedly on the move. Maybe they try and show him out tonight, especially against a smaller San Antonio front court. It's possible. I'm not going there myself, but if you want a little narrative tonight, that's cool too. DeJounte Murray on a slate like this would normally, if this was a 5-game slate, he'd probably be 25 to 30% owned, and now he's 2 to 3% owned because of all the value that's on a slate like this. So if you're living and dying in the mid-range tonight, good luck to you, first of all, because there's so much value that nobody's doing that. So you'll either finish first or you'll finish last. But outside of that, DeJounte Murray is a spot where going up against Trae Young, this game's going to be fast, a lot of turnover opportunities. He's been rebounding and dishing the rock at like a machine too. So he's contributing in all facets of the game. Definitely down for some DeJounte Murray tonight, but very limited exposure to this one for me.
DeJounte Murray going up against Trae Young and his terrible defense. Some things you'll love to see. New Orleans and Dallas. This is a really interesting spot. If this wasn't an 11-gamer, I mean, you tell me what the ownership percentage is, but I feel like this would be a really fun one if there wasn't 11 games on the board. Obviously, we got Lucas. God damn, I'm just off. I'm off tonight. Luka, KP, BI, Zion. What do you got from this one? Talk to me.
Luka's in a smash spot in a spot like this. I love to attack Zoe's defense. Bledsoe as well, just that backcourt in general. And with the amount of value that's there, if I could have the privilege of paying 11K or 10.9 to be exact there for Luka Doncic on a slate, even given any NBA slate, I'm going to try and jam him into my lineups. And on a slate like this, where we have so many value options that there's just only one guy that I'm pretty much locking in from the value perspective, and I'm mix and matching a ton of the other ones. Paying 10.9 for Luka is definitely not out of the question, and he's probably going to make my main build. I've yet to decide between him and Jason Tatum right now, but it's looking good. No New Orleans exposure for me tonight. I could get down with getting a little bit of Zion or BI, but I'm not really attacking the mid-range tonight. I get it. They're both in good spots, but sitting there at 8K, 8.2, when again, Kawhi's 9.5, just find $1,300 and get up to Kawhi at 9,500.
Figure it out, people. Moving on, Detroit and Boston. Boston's favored by 8. Yikes. Over under of 211. Holy shit, this is nothing. Kemba's out. Plumdog's out. Smart's out. Jackson is questionable. Yikes, man. Like, what? Yeah. Isaiah Stewart season?
Yeah. If you don't make a lineup with Isaiah Stewart tonight, you should just close the DraftKings app. Guy's 3.1K. He could be 80% owned. I don't care. That means 20% of the field is dead. So whatever amount of ownership that he is, subtract that by 100, and the field just got that much smaller to me. So Isaiah Stewart is an absolute stone cold lock for me on a slate like this. He was yesterday. I managed to get him into my lineups at the last minute. Fantasy point per minute machine. This guy against the smaller Boston front court. On top of that, you can't even say, "Oh, he's playing Rudy Gobert." It's kind of a fade. He's playing Daniel Tice.
Exactly.
Even Robert Williams is out. Who's he playing off the bench? Like Sami Ojeleye, possible minutes at the 5. Like, come on, you got to lock this guy in at 3.1K. Blake Griffin's likely going to sit on top of that. It's a back-to-back, and this guy has the knees of like a 65-year-old. So
yeah, it's so
possibly
sad.
no Blake Griffin on top of that. Isaiah Stewart's a Stone lock. I love Jason Tatum in a spot like this too. You know what? It's a little bit expensive at 8.8, but it's cheaper than I thought he would be. So 8.8 Jason Tatum, no Kemba. Probably see a bit of point guard Tatum too tonight, which is something that I always dabble in. Definitely love to see point guard Tatum, and also Pritchard as well. Talked about him a while back. We were one of the first sites to actually play Pritchard as well. So guy could ball, especially with no Kemba. Curious to see if he gets the spot starter, if they put Teague into the starting lineup and get Pritchard off the bench. But either way, he's one of the top value plays in the model right now, last time I checked, and I'm certainly going to have a ton of him.
Yes. Trust the model, people. That's what we're here to do. If anybody has any questions, bring them over, guys. We are here for a couple minutes. We promise you that. Devontae Graham looks like he is available to play. That's pretty cool. Ghost, we need to buy you a hat. You know, Amato, you could shut your mouth. That's what I have to say about that.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna keep repping the Expos hat till either myself or somebody brings the Expos back to Montreal. So
there we go. I love it. Hopefully,
and this hoodie, I don't even think I've worn this hoodie on a live stream before.
Which one? What's the hoodie? What do we got?
This is the Hollister hoodie. I don't think I've worn this on a stream before.
I was defending the hat. I'm not gonna defend the.
I don't even think I've worn this on. I never wear this hoodie. Period. It's just really cold in my condo right now. So
it's cold in my
hoodie
basement
that I could get.
Yeah, it's chilly. Yeah. How you feel about a Stewart Tice stack?
I'm okay with it. Against Detroit front court, I love to attack it, let alone when Plum Dog's out. You could definitely go with Tice as well. So I'm okay with it. It's just, again, that mid-range to me is kind of dead. I rather get 3 studs in there, and I can't really do that by paying 4.9 for Daniel Tice.
Makes sense. No worries, Amato. We were busting your balls too.
Nah, bro, we love you too. When we don't bust your guys' balls, that's when you should be worried.
That's when I kick you. Yeah, that's when you're gone. Do you like Lonzo on FanDuel? Good question.
Not a bad play. Just, again, Pritchard's there at point guard. Point guard's loaded again. You got Diallo, that's really a shooting guard, if anything, a small forward, and now FanDuel has him at point guard. So point guard's just so loaded that he's kind of the odd man out there for me, but sub 5% ownership, you could definitely do a lot worse than Lonzo. Just personally, I wouldn't play him tonight. You could get up to Luka or Westbrook and then pair him with Pritchard or another one of these underpriced guys.
Anything is possible when you have Ghost and the Model. We should turn that into a rhyme or maybe like a children's book.
Gotta make a movie like that.
Yeah, there we go. I'll get my brother on it.
With Styx's 80 model as well. We'll get that on there.
We'll just put all the shit all over it. Clippers and Bulls. Clippers favored by 7.5 on the road. 225.5 is the over under. Paul George has been out. It's going to stay out. Markkanen is still out. Looks like Wendell Carter Jr. is questionable now. That's interesting. I thought he was going to be out for a little while longer.
Yeah, so he is out now.
He is now. Okay. Yeah. All right, that's
DraftKings just hasn't updated it.
Perfect. Thanks, DraftKings. Kawhi 9,500 going up against who? So I think this could be a pretty smash spot for him. Talk to me.
Yeah, this defense is absolutely terrible. So
is this a stack? Because I know we like to go primary ball handlers against the Clippers, right?
Yeah, you can as well. So Zach LaVine for me is more of a FanDuel play. I can't really get there on DraftKings because of multiple position eligibility. It's both a blessing in disguise, and it also harms your lineup sometimes where you can't really decide who to play. But on FanDuel, I prefer Zach LaVine there because shooting guard is just really bad, and there are a lot of good value spots, but the entire field is going to play guys like that, right? So guys like Zach LaVine, Donovan Mitchell, no one's going to play them on FanDuel tonight. So I do prefer him over there. I don't want to say Kawhi's a lock on DraftKings, but he's pretty darn close to it. Like for me at 9,500, this is a guy that can easily top 60 plus DK in a game that, you know what, the Clippers barely beat the T-Wolves without Paul George. So this is a spot where, you know what, I would take the Bulls over the T-Wolves in a 7-game series any day of the week. We said that in our preseason show as well. So to me, I think this game is going to be tighter than most people anticipate, right? So they might not play Kawhi. And to me, if I get $9,500 Kawhi, even 10K on FanDuel, I would do it because he gets so many defensive stats where, you know what, that extra point really adds up, and he doesn't turn over the ball a whole lot, right? So on FanDuel, on 10K, I'm definitely locking him in. On DraftKings, he's most likely going to be in my main lineup, yes. On the Chicago side, Zach LaVine more on FanDuel than on DraftKings. Same thing with Patrick Williams as well. Pat Williams, power forward, 4,400, I believe, on FanDuel. Definitely going to get overlooked, and I like that cheap pairing between him and Isaiah Stewart. Isaiah Stewart somehow minimum price on FanDuel. That too, you got to lock him in. If you don't play Isaiah Stewart tonight on both sites, I can't trust you.
What are you doing? We have a couple player props, right? We got Isaiah Stewart. We have Pat Williams, right? Isaiah Stewart,
so
PRA.
Isaiah Stewart over. I got it at 17.5.
It's up to 19.5 now.
Yeah. So again, it's already a good sign, like at least for me there. But without, I'm not a selfish person. I would still take it at 19.5 over. I don't think a 10-10 double-double for Isaiah Stewart is really out of the question tonight. This is a really bad Boston front court. So, and he's going to get all the minutes that he can handle. Easily 30-plus minutes for Isaiah Stewart. Maybe throw in 1 or 2 assists. Even that, everything counts, especially when the PRAs are that low. And Patrick Williams over 5.5 rebounds. I do like that. 5.5
rebounds.
If it's 6.5, I would not touch that. It's a little, that's when you get into some unwanted territory. But 5.5 is the perfect number for me.
Perfect. No, what? I don't want that. I want that. All right, there we go. Perfect number overall. All right, let's move on. A couple games left. There's just so many tonight, people. Throw in some lineups into the chat. We're still here to help. I promise you that. Wait, let's actually go to a question first because we already talked about the Wizards a little bit. Westy and Kawhi on your DraftKings and FanDuel?
Westy on FanDuel, the main reason why I'm not locking him in is because of turnovers. He might quadruple double tonight with turnovers, and minus 10 points for turnovers is a lot. That's the only thing for Russell Westbrook. And the fact that there's so much value on a slate like that, you could get away with going Luka and Pritchard instead of Westbrook and Pritchard. But I'm never going to say no to playing Westbrook when Beal is out.
Yeah, plus he's super cheap too. So
exactly.
Oakland and Denver. Oklahoma City and Denver. Holy shit, man!
You're on MLB mode. That's why I'm talking about the Athletics.
God.
You know how much I like the A's. So
all right, let's see if we can figure this out. Denver's favored by 11.5, over under of 221.5. The Thunder, I keep betting against them, and it's not working. Probably gonna stay away today from this one. How you liking it, Joker against nobody?
Not trying to be mean here, but it's just I can't comment on this game until I see who's in and who's out. For OKC, like
looks like everybody's out.
Like it looks like everyone's. If Isaiah Roby's out, it's the same thing as the past 2 weeks. Like I'm just gonna bore people by saying play Kendrick Williams, play Diallo, play any OKC guys that's active. That is not Darius Miller. That's how I could summarize this game. Personally, I'm not playing a 7K Horford because I have Isaiah Stewart locked into every single one of my lineups at the center position. And it's very rare that I go double center on a slate like this. So I'm not playing Horford at 6.7. So that leaves you with 5 OKC guys that I would play.
There you go.
That's about it. And I did take Kendrick Williams over 9.5 points.
Yes.
Plus money too. Money.
I got it plus money, which was pretty sweet. Milwaukee and Utah. There we go. I did it. Jazz favored by 2.5. Over under of 233. So that's actually this would be a fun game. Not like super fast, but Milwaukee plays fast. Utah plays a little bit slower. Giannis going up against Rudy. I think this will just be a fun game to watch. I don't know. I assume it's going to be nationally televised, but should be a fun game to watch. Drew Holiday still out. Mike Conley still out. But other than that, it looks like everyone's pretty good. What do you like from this game?
You can play Giannis and Donovan Mitchell. I really, really like Donovan Mitchell in a spot like this. But exactly the way that Adam and Brian put it earlier today in Discord, it's not that these guys aren't good plays. It's that with the amount of value that opened up based on the amount of people that are sitting out on back-to-backs because of COVID tracing, because of injuries, like guys like Donovan Mitchell that are in that 7 to 8.5 range are just going completely overlooked on a slate like this, right? So I prefer to get my exposure on FanDuel because even on FanDuel, people are not playing Zach LaVine and Donovan Mitchell at the shooting guard. You basically have 2, I guess I could say, quote unquote, elite shooting guards to play on FanDuel tonight. It's LaVine and Mitchell, and nobody's playing them. So it's a spot where you could kind of take advantage. And when you get different in your lineup by playing Donovan Mitchell when Mike Conley is out, it's not exactly a bad move, right? So I'm okay with Donovan Mitchell. I wouldn't necessarily run it back with Giannis. Again, I do prefer Luka in that spot, just a better game environment overall. Exactly the way that you put it. Utah does play slow. And you know what? Rudy Gobert gets paid over $200 million a year, over $200 million over 5 years to play defense. He's going to play defense. Like, this is a spot where this is a game that I could see Rudy Gobert eclipsing 33 minutes. You know, we see him get, if we scroll down a little bit in the game logs, we see 25, 26, 27 minutes over and over again. Then you see 36, 37, 38. This is a game that I could see Rudy Gobert getting one of those high, heavy minutes. And that'll be just enough for Giannis to not hit a 70-plus DK game. Is he going to hit 60-plus? It's Giannis Antetokounmpo. He can on any given slate. But if I'm paying 10.8 for Giannis, I want 70-plus. So that's where I side with Luka over Giannis in that case. I'm off that game. Jordan Clarkson on FanDuel is a lock for me as well. Not a lock, but very strong consideration of being one. 4.7 at shooting guard.
How cool would it be if you made $200 million a year?
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Pretty sweet.
I said that as I said that, I was like, oh, that doesn't sound too bad.
That doesn't sound bad. I mean, $200 million over 5 years sounds pretty sweet, but $200 million a year also sounds pretty sweet. We got a FanDuel GPP: DeJounte, Pritchard, Mitchell, Allen, Kawhi, Jaylen Brown, Randall Stewart, Zeller can pivot to the Rock Bacon from Grayson too.
I like Grayson Allen tonight. Never thought I'd play Grayson Allen in a DFS lineup, but
he's going to get thrown out for tripping people, man. That's what he does.
Dookie. So you know what? We get as much exposure as we can make Michael happy. So consider Jeremy Grant over Jaylen Brown. It pains me to say that, but with how thin Detroit is tonight, and Jaylen Brown has like tendonitis or something in both of his knees.
Yeah,
it's something that
I'm
a little
bad,
worried.
Right?
He's a young guy. I'm not worried for the long-term outlook of his career, but short term, like just the word tendonitis, like I don't even know what that is, tendonitis in your knees, but it doesn't sound good.
Sounds bad.
That's something that
sounds like
I'd make the exact same lineup, just play Grant over Jaylen Brown in the second one. But I like it. Very strong.
It definitely it sounds like something an old person would suffer from. FanDuel GPP: Westbrook, Pritchard, Sexton, Clarkson, Kawhi, Porter, Giannis, Williams, Zeller.
Yeah, I like that.
Interesting.
Very strong.
Very interesting. Going back, what about pivoting to Middleton and moving up to Clarkson?
Yeah, that works too. There's a bunch of different options with the shooting guards, right? You have Grayson Allen, Jordan Clarkson, Terrence Ross, and there's one other guy, I forget who it is, that they're all around $300 within from one another at the shooting guard position. So you could just mix and match those guys and feel pretty confident about the core of your lineup.
Love it. All right, let's get back to some of these games before we read a couple more. 3 games left: Memphis and Los Angeles. There we go. I'm going to get the rest of them. I promise you, Ghost Man. Lakers favored by 7. I got it at 6.5, so I'm not angry about it. Over under sits at 218.5, though. Not super high. Anthony Davis and LeBron James still have Q tags. I hope Anthony Davis doesn't play. Like, there's really, again, no reason for him to play. So we'll see what happens. But how are you looking at this one, if any at all?
I'm more interested in the Memphis bench here, as crazy as that sounds. Not exactly one of the deepest teams in the league, but Desmond Bane being out, DeAndre Melton being out, that's 2 out of like basically 3 good players that Memphis has off the bench, right? So Grayson Allen's going to get a bump. Haven't checked the model, but Conchar is likely going to get a bump. So, sorry, my doctor's just calling me. Give me a second. Should probably pick that up after.
Yeah, that one might be. We'll get off here.
That one's probably important. But Conchar's probably going to get a bump as well. And Grayson Allen has been popping in the model all day. So I ride or die by this thing every single day. I say it every single time I mention it in every single one of my articles. People know that I made it. So obviously I ride or die by it. Grayson Allen's been popping all day. I trust it. I'm going to go with it. Outside of that, I guess you could play Jonas Valanciunas. He's been, but again, it's just over and over. Every time I mention one of these guys, I talk about how I like them, and then I see their price, and I'm like, that handicaps the upside to my lineup. Because again, it's if I'm playing 72 Valanciunas, if I'm paying 82 Mitchell, if I'm playing 8K Zion, BI, all these other guys we were talking about, that means I'm not playing Luka, I'm not playing Kawhi, I'm not playing Jason Tatum. And these are all guys. Kawhi is without Paul George. Westbrook is without Bradley Beal. Mm-hmm. Jason Tatum is without Kemba. They're all in good spots. So that's the main reason why I'm not playing this mid-range. But If you want to get spicy, I guess you could play Kyle Kuzma, but even then, 6K for Kyle Kuzma. And then on top of that, you're hoping that Anthony Davis is out. It's a hard fade for me.
Hard fade. Cleveland and Portland.
I'm crossing this game off my list.
Cool.
Completely.
Portland's favored by 4, over under of 221. This game just kind of.
I'll never say no to playing Colin Sexton, but that's it. That's the only guy I'm playing.
I don't know. Orlando and Sacramento. Vooch season. My God, everyone's still out. It looks like they're all questionable now.
There's only Sabonis that's better in the entire NBA.
The only player. Sacramento's favored by 8 at home, over under of 222.5. Aaron Gordon is out. It looks like Fournier and Cole Anthony are questionable, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. Road trip, just keep him out, guys. Outside of Vooch, is there anybody in this game and De'Aaron Fox? I apologize. Well,
again,
Fox
this is
9.
same thing.
Kind of high, yeah.
Same thing as last night. This game is more so a value point. Guys like Dwayne Bacon, James Ennis, Frank Mason, if he plays, it's really spicy because if you get this news pre-lock, everyone's going to flock towards this Orlando news. And then if you play a guy like Frank Mason, you play a guy like James Ennis, you play Dwayne Bacon. Marco Carter-Williams has already been ruled in. What happens if Evan Fournier and Cole Anthony get ruled in? What are you going to do with a 4.5K James Ennis?
Yeah.
Like that to me is where there's so much value on the slate that I don't feel the need to go there. But again, that's the risk that you take on 11-game slates. On top of that, it's the last game on the slate. Mm-hmm. So you can, not only is this game ridiculously high owned based on the value plays, but you don't even know if they're going to be viable because 4 of the Orlando guys are questionable and they could all get ruled in just like they could all get ruled out. So for me, I'm going to stay away from it in GPPs, but if you play it, I definitely can't blame you.
Yeah. Frank Mason is ruled out, but we're still waiting on a couple more. So we'll see what happens there. Brian and his multiple silver bullets. Last 2 nights cost me way too much. Russ Grayson, Ojale. Ojale was a Dookie actually for a minute. He transferred, I think, to SMU. Mellow Joker, Luca. Yeah, we like it.
And J-Mac, Clarkson, Kenrick things. Yeah, I'm just not playing Damon, Rodney Hood, and Sexton. I'm not stacking that game. But outside of that, it's a low-end game. It could work. It's just that's not where I landed tonight. But the overall lineup construction is strong.
Love it. Luca, Wesley, Clarkson, Grayson, Kawhi, Porter, Allen, Zeller. Who's the other Allen?
You're what's called Jared Allen.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
You're missing a power forward in there. If it's Stewart, then that works. If it's not Stewart, swap that guy to Stewart.
Nope, it's Stewart. It is Stewart.
So, yes,
we made the decision for you.
Very nice.
Do you like Mitch Robinson on FanDuel?
No.
No. Westbrook, Ball, Clarkson, Conchar, Kawhi, Ingles. Oh, Jingles. Randall Stewart, Drummonds.
A lot of risk in that lineup. Playing Conchar over, Conchar for me is more of a DraftKings play because he's stone cold minimum price. At 3K, that makes sense. On FanDuel, you could just get up to Grayson Allen. And again, Lonzo Ball, I have a hard time, whether it's LaMelo or Lonzo, I have a hard time playing that when Pritchard is 3.8K. And you could upgrade a guy like Ingles, or you could upgrade Drummond all the way to Vooch, something like that.
Vooch. FanDuel, Luca, Wesley, Clarkson, Grayson, Kawhi.
That one.
Oh,
very strong. With Stewart this time.
Nice. Even better. I love it. Luca, Pritchard, Mitchell, Clarkson, Middleton, Gallo, Tatum, Stewart, Zeller.
I'm not playing Gallo.
I can play Horford over Zeller, and I can play
DK or FanDuel?
Ennis over Gal.
Is DK? FanDuel. No, that's FanDuel.
Yeah, it looks FanDuel, right?
That's FanDuel.
Point. Yeah, sure.
I'm not playing Gallinari.
Mitchell and Clarkson, that's confusing, right? You can't get points if they're both,
I wouldn't want to put both together. You should probably, because they're going to sub in for one another. It's like when one's on the court, the other one's getting water on the bench. You want all the guys in your lineup getting points, right? So I would come off Gallo. As much as it pains me to say, you got to come off Clarkson there and go to Grayson Allen, or you got to come off Mitchell. And you could upgrade. I would come off Mitchell in that spot, go to Grayson Allen or another one of the cheap shooting guards that we were talking about, Terrence Ross, any one of these guys, and then upgrade Gallinari. Then you're good.
Love it. FanDuel GPP, Luka, Pritchard, Levine, Mitchell, Porter, Ingles, Pat Williams, Stewart, Gobert.
Yeah, I can't get behind Rudy tonight. He's 8.6 on FanDuel is just too much. You're hoping for a
going up against Giannis.
Go to Vooch at that point. I know it's $1,200, but Vooch has an actual ceiling. Rudy Gobert's ceiling is like 40 pretty much. So paying 8.6 for Rudy is kind of out of the question for me tonight, unless he gets like 7 blocks, which at that point it's nothing that we could pick. Levine or Mitchell, I would pick one or the other. And if you're playing Levine, I would get Kawhi in there because you're going to want both these guys going back and forth.
Back and forth. DraftKings single entry GPP, Pritchard, Grayson, Leonard. Yeah, I was going to say we saw a lot of these already. Looks like last one. Get them in, people. We're going to be hopping off soon. DraftKings cash.
Sexton, Milton, Leonard. No,
I don't
hop
think
in
so.
Discord. We'll help you with that. Hop in Discord. I'm gonna, as we get off now, I'm gonna go post a core in Discord because it's Adam's anniversary. Happy anniversary, Adam.
Oh, happy anniversary, Adam.
So it's Adam's anniversary, and he takes like one day off every 3,065 days, not 365, 3,065 days.
Love it.
So he's finally taking the night off tonight, even though he still wrote. So I'm gonna go post a core for you guys now for cash.
You got it. Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Good stuff. Would you pivot?
Always team to June Day. Always team to
Yeah. 100. You knew that, Brian. Get out of here.
Always.
Ghost, where can everyone find you on the internet?
At DFS_Ghost on Twitter and with the Windaily team in Discord, windailysports.com/chat. Make sure you guys come and join. Free 7 days. We have a ton of fun, ton of content. MLB season's coming up in a month from now. We're planning that out as well. So really exciting times. It's a lot of fun. Make sure you guys come and join.
It really is. Michael at Michael Brazil 1 at Windaily Sports. Again, windailysports.com/chat. 7 free days in the expert Discord chat. The gift game is strong. If you haven't already, please smash the like button on this. And then also go check out the Windaily Sports.
Smash it so hard that you crash it, like what he said at the beginning.
Yeah, so. Crash it. Exactly. It worked out. Look at that. I love it. Last one, and we're out of here. Luka, Pritchard, Donovan Ross, Middleton, Ennis, Tatum, Stuart, Zeller.
Yes, 2 Orlando guys. That works. I thought I read 3, but it's okay. It's just
okay.
My glasses being weird. So yes, very good.
It's the pre-live stream drinks, Ghost. So for Ghost, for the chat, we love you all. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend. Hope you make it a very profitable Fajita Friday.